Good evening. This is Dr. Ken here with a word on thought disorder, sort of a definition. Technically, this is called psychosis, and people that have it might be called psychotic, thought disordered, psychosis. So basically, this is a word like fever. It's a description word. It's a phenomenon word. It's just simply a description. It's not a diagnosis per se. Well, in the sense you might say fever is a diagnosis, but really fever is more like an observation. Then you have to say, well, why does a person have fever? So similarly with this thought disorder or psychosis, that's sort of an observation. And the question is, why is a person having that? So just to get a little more detail, psychosis could be a false perception, so a hallucination, so seeing, hearing, feeling, touching, tasting, smelling something that no one else senses. So it's a special sense, you might say. And some of the psychic people might call this clairvoyance or clairaudience. But for this simple definition, it's just simply something that no one else sees in the same room. And then there's delusions or false beliefs. And these are, to be considered psychotic or thought disordered, they have to be a false belief that's fixed and no one can really talk you out of it. And it's different than a strongly held idea or a powerful political opinion. It's a delusion. It's a thought about something that most everybody believes is absolutely false, such as extraterrestrial aliens have come down and stolen your lungs, and you're still breathing and still alive, but yet you believe you don't have lungs. So that's really that's a bizarre delusion. And then there's disorganized thought and disorganized speech. That's kind of one thing mixed together. We usually take the speech of a person to be a reflection of that thought. And then the other is disorganized behavior. And that's something more overt, even though some call speech a behavior, but, actions in the world. And the fifth one is the so-called negativism, where you don't do stuff. So it's the absence of facial expression, the absence of self-care, it's the absence of something, hence it's called negative. Anyway, that's a quick little overview of thought disorder. And again, it's very abstract and it doesn't really relate to any specific diagnosis. There's lots of things that can cause psychosis or thought disorder. Take care for now. Bye.